Hi, welcome. I'm Danielle. I'm Cardiff Stitchy here on FlossTube as well as over on Instagram. This is a channel about cross stitch with maybe some bits of life thrown in as well. So it's been quite a while, about oh dear, 2 seconds, that's Daisy deciding to bark. Okay, I'm back. Dogs are in, hopefully they're going to settle down. It's raining here and I'm in the conservatory, so hopefully the rain isn't too loud. So, what was I saying? Yeah, it's been about 7 weeks, I think, since I've done my last video. I think my last video was, sorry for the wobble, was a whip parade. So we are now on the 9th of February. I'll just quickly show you my book of days, although, no, it's not a book of days because it's not called a book of days, it's a 5-year planner. Loads of stickers because I absolutely love stickers, and that's what it looks like. All these are Wednesdays. They were all supposed to be Winnie the Pooh, the sale that I'm doing, but no, that didn't happen. So those are my days. Those are, I stitched for 16 days and I got at least 2,315 stitches, which I'd love to be able to do more, but I work in a private day nursery. I work 7:30 till 6, 4 days a week. And then by the time I get home, I'm absolutely exhausted. So some days I don't even get a chance to stitch. And my mental health hasn't been the best at the moment, the last few weeks. What with the horrible winter weather here in the UK and lack of sunshine. And I suffer with that sad syndrome as well, which isn't very good. But anyway, let's get on with it. I was supposed to go to Stitchy Club today, the one in IKEA down Cardiff Bay, and Turtle Bay Stitches one in Bridgend, but I'm a bit more upbeat now than I was at the beginning of the day. I just couldn't, full stop. So right, so I've got my whips down here on the floor in a bag, as well as next to me. I will show you those. I don't think I'm going to have any before pictures. I'm trying out some new editing thing on my phone because I film on my phone. So I'm trying out some new editing on my phone. So you might see pictures before, you might not. If you do, well, yay, lucky. If not, then you don't, sorry. I'm not very technical minded. So we are going to start with our whips first. They are in the order that I worked on them, how I wrote them down in the diary. They may not have much stitching, they may have loads. It's just how it is. So the first one is Feather of Jellyfish by Carolyn Manning. Oh, I'm also trying a new thing where I've got a folder with my pictures in, but I don't think I've got my Carolyn Manning one in here because I started this before I started the Carolyn Manning one. Put the folder away, couldn't find it, and I found it today while looking for some certificates. That's how organised, or shall we say disorganised I am. Anyway, Feather of Jellyfish by Carolyn Manning. I stitched on this for one day and I managed to get in 573 stitches for the one day. So that's where I am. Loving this piece. When I get a chance to sit down and stitch on it, I just don't want to put it down. I literally have to drag it out my hands to put it down. Because even though there's loads of colours, you can almost do cross country until the thread runs out, which is really, I'm quite enjoying doing that. And then the next one, I don't know how long this video is going to be. If it's a long one, it's a long one. If it's not, then it's not. Oh, sorry, I forgot to say, that's in a project bag made by Andrea, the science technician. I know that because it's got, you won't be able to see it, but it's got this, oh you might, there we go, the sparkly vinyl on the front. Just a word of warning, if ever you're using a cover photo or a chart that's a paper chart and it's not in a pocket protector or anything, with the vinyl fronts, just be careful because sometimes the cover photos can stick to the vinyl fronts or the charts can stick to the vinyl fronts, and then when you go and try and take them off, they can get damaged. So just a bit of a tip there. The next one I worked on was Sunflower Cottage by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork is by Donna Gelsinger. That's what it will look like once it's finished. I did start the normal size one until I realised you could do a mini, so I did actually restart this. I'm going back on myself now. Unfortunately, I can't remember when I started my Carolyn Manning. I've lost my piece of paper, my info piece. This one, I started this on the 4th of April 2021. And how many days? Oh, I didn't even track how many days I did last year. Last year was a complete waste for tracking. So I'm going to start new tracking this year, which we'll get to when I show you some stuff I got. Going off topic again. What did I do with it? There it is. Try again. Donna Gelsinger, Sunflower Cottage. Yeah, I worked on this for 3 days and I've got 722 stitches in. And that's what it looks like. So, where have I actually worked? Let's have a look, shall we? Oh yes, I've started filling in. I was colour completing the 995, but I decided not to. So I started colour completing the symbols in each of these. So I'm picking the symbol at the top and then following it down wherever it goes. I think the next symbol is 3655, but I don't have 3655. I need to order quite a few skeins of those because it's for another project as well. But that's where I am with this one. So that's that one. And this is being kept in a project bag made by one of my lovely subscribers. Beautiful, lovely for these big bags, for these big projects. You know who you are. Thank you ever so much. Next one is what's supposed to be my main piece, but it doesn't get much work on it at the moment. What with life being so busy and it's so confetti heavy. It's my animal panorama. Hope you can see that. I can't see the camera now. There we go. Sorry about the glare. Don't think I can get rid of. There we go. Yeah, animal panorama, charted by Pain Free Crafts, artwork by Adrian Chesterman. That's what it will look like when it's finished. I worked on this for 2 days and I got in 444 stitches. And this is what it's looking like. So I'm in the bottom here, which doesn't look like much, but oh my word, there's confetti ninja stitches, all that. It just drives you bonkers because you start a thread, then you've got to finish it. Then you start a thread, then you've got to finish it. But once it's done, it does look amazing. I was hoping to get that finished and then this page and then this partial page done in February, but I don't think that's going to happen. Especially if I stitch the way I'm stitching at the moment. Very little time. So that's that piece. And that, oh, I don't have the bag with me, is housed in a giant bag from Kaylee Tent Stitch on floss tube. And the next one, when I can find it, I don't know what I've done with it. I did have it in my hand not long ago because it's part of a finish as well as a new start. Okay, well, found it. I found it. So this is the Winnie the Pooh Wednesday sale. Also the WTP sale, which feel free to join. The more the merrier. At the moment it's myself, Kayla from Stitching My Little and Rachel Talking Dog Stitcher taking part in this. This is a finish. There we go. It's the one I started the 3rd of July last year and I finished it on the 12th of January. Beautiful. I realised that bee, his wings, should have actually been the lighter blue, but I quite like it being the bright blue. Sorry, you can see the kitchen light behind. There's a bit of personalisation in there with regards to the back stitch and extra stitches here and there. And I even managed to do the French knot for his eyes. The first one I got straight away, the second one took a couple of attempts, but I still managed to do it. So that's that one finished. And then on the 14th of, sorry Ted, Teddy's down by my feet and I just shifted myself and he moved. I hardly touched him, but he moved. Anyhow, the next one I'm starting is this one. It's Tigger. T-I-double-G-R. Tigger. I absolutely love that saying. Oh, and these ones I'm using the called for kit and fabric and threads from the kit. So this one I worked on for 4 days. 3 days for Tigger, 1 day for Winnie the Pooh. This I take to work with me, and if I only get half an hour lunch break, so if I manage to eat my lunch in time, I'll see how many stitches I can put in this. But that's what I've done so far. Not much, but the start is a start nevertheless. There we go, and he is housed in this Winnie the Pooh bag. That's so from Turtle Bay Stitches made me. Little Piglet charm. I'd love to be able to have another Winnie the Pooh bag which is half the size, so an A5 size, because it just means that it'd fit in my work bag a bit easier. But this will do for now. This will do for now. So that's that one. Like I say, I hope you can hear me over the rain. Sounds nice sitting in here when it's raining, but what it's like filming, I don't know. We'll find out later, won't we? So that's that one. Next one is Butterfly Faye. I put it down on, this is one of my Whip Go pieces. I put it down on Whip Go as Butterfly Kisses, but it's not, it's Butterfly Faye. So let's have a look if I've got this piece. Oh, there she is. That's what she'll look like when she's finished. Charted by Haid and artwork is by Nadia Tate. Beautiful, I think. Beautiful. I stitched on her for just the 1 day, even though she's my Whip Go. Wow, it hasn't got a plan this month. That's 196 stitches in her face. So I'm taking part in the, other than my animal panorama, I'm taking part in the stitch along. So basically 10 projects. Each project is designated to one number in the temperatures. So I can't remember off the top of my head. I haven't, at least I don't think I've got it on me. Not enough room around me, people. Oh yes, here it is. So Butterfly Faye is designated to any temperature ending in 3, and I'm going by the high temperature of the day. So clearly, obviously, because I haven't stitched some days, the 1 day that I did stitch, it must have been either 3 degrees or 13 degrees, which is more than likely 3 degrees. And this is housed in a bag from Andrea, again, the Science Technician, and I know that because it's got the glittery vinyl front. Harry Potter Mad. So that's that one. The next one is Plant a Garden by Doreen Jones, and this is designated to the number 8 for the temperature stitching. And this is what it will look like when it's finished. and it says, to plant a garden is to believe, sorry, try again. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. Quote from Audrey Hepburn. There you go. I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 380 stitches in it. So there is a waste thread hanging there. I'll do that later. I'm just filling as I go. And that's what I've done. There is half stitches as well as full stitches. This is in Pattern Keeper. But every now and then and there's French knots and back stitch. Every now and then I do go back to the charts if I'm not sure. Because the half stitch and the full cross have got same symbols. Same colour, same symbol. But it tells you on the chart whether it's full or half stitch. Yeah. And this, again, is housed in a bag made by Andrea. Because of the glittery vinyl. Beautiful cupcakes. Oh, let me put the picture back in it before I get myself all mixed up. Which doesn't take much. Sunflower Cottage is designated to the number 6. And then Feather of Jellyfish is dedicated to the number 2. We did have... No. And then Whip Go numbers for January was 20, which was Butterfly Faye, and 11, which is Mini Meditation, but I didn't get to work on Mini Meditation. And then I didn't write it down. Monarch Sunflower. I stitched on it for 2 days. 6, 7, 8. 828 stitches by the look of it I got on this, which is a decent amount, I think. That's what it will look like when it's finished. Stitched, charted by Artisy. And it's the original copyright is of Wave Corbis. Don't know who that is, but that's what it'll look like. And there is some threads still on here, which I didn't realise. Let me just tighten it up a bit because this one, there's threads ready to get stitched in. That's what it is. So I'm with this one now. I'm choosing the topmost stitch that's empty and just working my way down until the thread has run out. But that's what it's looking like so far. And this is another one, once I get going on it, I really enjoy it and I don't want to put it down. And this is another bag from my lovely subscriber, Tina. Nice big one. So I can store all my fabric and my hoop and all that in it. So that's that one, and I worked on that, did I say? I worked on that for 2 days. And then... I didn't write this one down, but I know I worked on it. I worked on this for Lee from Creative Lee. I worked on it for her birthday. Sorry about that. There we go. Yeah, there you go. She gifted me the chart when she finished with it. And I started it as a birthday start. And then unfortunately, as you do, you forget about these things. So I picked it up to carry on. That's where I am. Measly little start, because I found out I'd made a mistake. And I've got a feeling I've got to unpick all that white. So what I did then is I just started going across here and a bit up there. But I think I've got to unpick all that white. How fun. I'm going to see if I can fudge it, but I don't know. So I stitched on that for 1 day, I think, because I was so angry with myself. But I made a bloody mistake. And if you just bear with me, 2 ticks. I have started a new SAL but I forgot to bring the piece in with me, so 2 minutes. I'm back. So this one is the Doreen Jones Love sale that she was doing on Facebook. It's a free sale. It's on her page. I don't think it's her group, I think it's her page. It came out in 4 parts. It started on the 23rd of January and it finished Friday just gone, the 7th of Feb. So it's 4 installments, one a release every week. And there was no way, I just knew I wasn't going to keep up with it. But it's like I said to some of the people on the Facebook group, one person said that they wanted to join in a sale, but they didn't think they'd be able to keep up with it. And I said to them, it's not about keeping up, it's about joining, taking part and having fun. And then if you don't keep up with it, it just means that the sale lasts longer for you and you get to enjoy it longer than the others who have finished it. That's how I see it anyway. So, like I said at the beginning, I'm trying a new editing thing for my phone. So if I can, I'll put in a picture of what it will look like. And I'll try and put the link in the description below. And this is how mine is looking. I love the blue. The fabric was dyed by me. It's just plain 16 count Aida, and I just dyed it a blue. But what I didn't realise is there's 2 lines going right across it. How that happened, I have no idea. But they've got perfect 2 blue lines going across. But that's how it's looking for me at the moment. I was going to try and substitute the colours for non-branded colours, but I couldn't get them close enough to the colours that Doreen used. And I've since seen that a lot of people have just used whatever colours they wanted, which some of them look really good, but I'm no good at choosing my own colours really. So I do like to try and keep to what the designer has used. So that's that. However, I made a balls up somewhere. Along here, this straight load of stitching, it should be 1 stitch in. So instead of being, mine is 9 stitches wide, it should only be 8 stitches wide. So it's thrown all this off and all the lower part down has been thrown off. So I need to fudge it as I go along, which hopefully won't make much difference. But I'm trying to do the black outline now as I'm going to see if it'll work out. But yeah, I am enjoying this when I get it out, when I get a chance to get it out. This is another one that does come to work with me, and this is in a little bag. The nursery I work at, we look after them up until a month before their 2nd birthday, and then they go on to the next nursery. So we had a little boy who did leave us, and his mum, bless her, she'd done a bag full of goodies for all the girls in the nursery. And it says, as you can see, it takes a big heart to help shape little minds. And I need to keep reminding myself of that, because I left Childminds thinking I wasn't doing a very good job. But now, 13 months later, I realise actually I was doing a good job. Everyone else around me was telling me I was doing a good job. I just thought they were saying it because they're family and friends. Anyhow, so that's all kept in there. All my stuff with the lovely box of threads. Let's see if I can... Threads have fallen over. Surprise, surprise. If you do take part in this sale, it is still available, but if you do take part, you're going to need 2 skeins of black and then 1 skein of white, and those are the beautiful colours that she chose, that Doreen herself has chosen. Lovely, aren't they? So yeah, that lives in my work bag, so I stitch this when I'm not working on my Winnie the Pooh. So that's that. And that, I've got one more project here, but I don't think I actually worked on it because I haven't written it down. Oh, it's the mini meditation that I was supposed to work on that I didn't work on. So, right. So let's move on quickly because this rain is getting louder. Normally, I use something like this. Let me take out the Polly Pockets so there's no glare. I use something like this to track my stitching. This one, they're a bit blurred because they're supposed to be an A4 sheet, but I don't want an A4 sheet, so I've copied them and made them into A5. So basically what it says, put the specs on. The name of the pattern, the designer, and then it's the project details. So the size in stitches and the size in either centimeters or inches. The stitch types used, the fabric you've used, the fabric count and color, the thread brand you've used, and the number of colors. And then you've got a shopping list. So if you need any speciality like beads or anything, you can go and get those. It's got the start date, the goal date. So if you've got a certain goal in mind, certain time in mind, you want to finish it, then you can put that. Then you've got the finish date, and then there's the little tracker there. So what I normally do is every time I've worked on it, I colour it in, or I tick it, whatever mood I'm feeling in, and then that can tell me how many days I've actually worked on the project. And then it says adjustments or personalizations, finishing plans, if you're gifting it to someone, if it's for an occasion, or if it's just for yourself, and then in any additional notes underneath. But I found this cross-stitch journal on Amazon, and now Sophie from Turtle Bay Stitches does once a month stitching Sunday, and Christmas just gone, obviously. She did a Elfster Secret Santa. So Elfster is an app where you put in your wishes, whatever it is that you want, and your Secret Santa can get you. So I put quite a few things in there because obviously other people were showing their things, and you see things on FlossTube and you see things in groups. So I was adding shed loads to my wish list, but that's okay because you can share it with anyone. It's not just Secret Santa, you can share it with family, friends, so that you actually get stuff that you're wanting, not just stuff. So I came across this on Amazon and I put it in my wish list, and my Secret Santa got me this. Margaret was my Secret Santa. It's a cross-stitch journal. Yes, it's A4, but it's nice. It's got centimeters to inches conversion charts. Got a plain page there for whatever you want. Centimeters to conversions, centimeters to inches even. And it's got project timesheet, so you can put your project, your date, the time you started, time ended, and total time. Time started and time ended, I'll just be putting the dates on it. I haven't used this yet because I wanted to show you it before I started using it. And then you got your projects, so project name, designer, source, WIP, completed, and storage place. You know what we're all like for storing our cross stitch. You put it away and you never know where you've put it. So at least then you can put where you've put it. And then you've got sewing project notes. So you've got that. I'll give it a quick read in a sec for you. And then project review. So your sewing projects, the name, start date, design type, completion date, approximate time to stitch, coverage type, so whether it's over 50% coverage, which would be full coverage, 25 to 50% or less than 25, purchased from and how much it cost you, and then the thread information, so the color name, number, brand, number of skeins required, fabric information, important pattern detail. So like for example, if you're doing a long dog, I know some of people have found that it doesn't go into Pattern Keeper Easy and it can cut off a column. You could put that in, so in the important pattern detail, or if there's been a correction in a chart, you could put that in. And then finishing and embellishments, notes, and then your finished piece, whether you sold it, kept it, or gifted it, whether you framed it, yes or no, and project storage place. So if you store it, if it's like a flat fold or a monthly thing or a seasonal thing, you can put where you store them then. And then project review, whether it was easy, moderate, or hard. What went well, joy to create, so they've got 3 love hearts. So did you enjoy it? Was it okay project, or did you not enjoy it? What was difficult about the projects, and changes made to the original pattern, notes for future. So I know some people like to change up the colours and whatnot, so that if you change the colours you can go back to it and have a look, and then you can put a photo there of what it looks like when you finished, or you can sketch it. There's no way I'll be sketching it because I can't even draw stick people, animals. And that's it. I'm not sure how many's in here. I haven't actually counted them, but there is quite a few. I know I've got quite a few projects, but I shouldn't have enough to fill it. And then also on the back, you have got graph paper. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 A4 pages of graph paper. So you can create your own. And then you've got the finishing sizes in centimeters as well as in inches. So if you're stitching on anything 28, it goes up to 28 counts. Now, I don't get this actually, because it says count 7, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, 28. But then down the side, it's got a heck of a load of numbers. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. I'm not sure what they are. It goes all the way down to 500. And one page is in centimeters, the other page is inches. So I'm not sure about that. And then on the back, you've got a shopping list page, and you've got your favourite shops. But I suppose you could also use that for websites or for Stu. And that's it. And then you've got 2 blank pages which you could use for notes. So I got that. Absolutely love it. I also got this bee bag, and inside I did have some sweeties, but of course they were all gone because it was Christmas. On my wish list, I also added the Jardin Privé. Do not ask me to pronounce it because I have no idea how you pronounce that. Bird houses, basically, with birds on a fence, on a white picket fence. I put that on my wish list as well. She was kind enough to gift me that. I can't wait to start that, but at the same time, I know I started the Sal, the Doreen Jones Sal. The Doreen Jones is way smaller than this one. I suppose if you break it into chunks, it's not actually that big, is it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I could do 2 birdhouses a month. But at the same time, with the way I'm stitching at the moment, it would be 2 hours a year. And then I saw this. So many projects, so little time. Needleminder. And she was kind enough to gift me that as well. Which is so true at the moment. And then when we were there, on the table, oh, I've just noticed. This was around the gift. This was the gift tag on my bag, and I've just noticed a lovely little present. Try again, shall we? Over my lovely mug. There we go, lovely little present charm. Have you noticed that before? That's cute. Don't know what I'll do with that, but I'm going to keep that safe. And then on the table, Sophie said, I think it was Sophie. Somebody said there were these. So it's a wooden bauble. So I'm going to stitch a Christmas design and mount it on there. And then these. They're originally meant for photos, but oh yes, it was Sue, because she'd gone over to the US and she'd done a huge shopping haul, and she gave us some of these. Thank you, Sue. I remember now. I put photos in them, but this one, obviously, I'm going to put a cross stitch on it. I don't know whether to paint them or leave them that colour. So that's those from, oh, itchy nose, from the Turtle Base Stitchy group. And then from our IKEA stitching group, I had Claire, and she knows me oh so well. She got me a bar of chocolate, whole nuts, which, needless to say, it's gone already. Of course it's gone already. She's got me a sellotape stuck to my arm. Oh my gosh. Sorry. There we go. Try again. she gave me 3 beautiful skeins, 2 from KLT Charting, hand dyed threads, Spring Whispers, not colour fast, from May 2020, limited edition. So that's what they look like. Variegated, very pastel colours, they're beautiful. And then Dinky Dye Silk, hand dyed silk, 247. It's like a Winnie the Pooh golden yellow. This is, as I said, Dinky Dye. Beautiful. So I'll be using those. And then she got me the mini Winnie the Pooh cross stitch kits. They don't have, not by the look of it, they don't have individual names on them. So that's Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. There's enough in each kit to make one. I think maybe you could get 2 out of the threads, but not out of the fabric because the fabric's really small. And then Eeyore. And then Pooh Bear eating honey. My favourite is Pooh Bear. My next favourite is then Tigger. And then she was destashing. And she knows I like Winnie the Pooh, so she was like, oh, I've got a Tigger chart. So she gave me a Tigger chart. And I can't show you that one, I'm afraid. Oh, I can show you the small little picture. I so love to read, but I don't do much reading. So it will be I so love to sew, as well as the leftover threads from that. And that's what I got for my Christmas. Aren't I lucky? So as I said, this is my first one since my whip parade. So I hope you all had a lovely Christmas, catching up with friends and family and just enjoying the season, whether you celebrate it or not. And then I was messing around last night. I've got a punch which makes gift tags, different sizes, ranging from, I think it's 1 inch wide to 2.5 inches. So I've got a load of card, which is just gathering dust, basically, because I don't do much finishing. And when I do finishing, it's normally framed. So I decided I was going to try and make some floss drops. I do still need to punch the holes in the bottoms. I am aware. But I made a shed loads. All that, believe it or not, is from 1 A4 sheet of card. I don't use floss drops very often, but I just thought I was bored. I couldn't settle to stitch, so I just made some of these. They're all different sizes, different lengths. I mean, they're not going to anyone. They're not going to anyone. I didn't make them to send to anyone. I just made them for me, just to have fun, sort of thing. So yeah, I've done that. And I think that is it. I don't think there's much else for me to tell you. There is things going on behind the scenes that I can't really talk about, in case people on here, they're just not talking about it at the moment. But yeah, I think that's it. So, well, yeah, it's gone 42 minutes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and edit this, see if I can put photos in it. And if I can't, then you'll find out when you're watching this that I haven't been able to. And if you're seeing photos, then I have been able to. I would ideally like to, I know I've said this in the past, but I would ideally like to try and film every 2 weeks. But it all just depends on how much stitching I get done. I don't think I get much stitching done. But when I just looked at this, I've got over, I'd say what, over 2,500 stitches roughly. Which I suppose when you're working 40 hours a week and then you've got life stuff on top and work. I mean, if you work with babies, you know that it's just absolutely exhausting. And my body just aches at the end of the day. I do love my job, but well, I do love my job, but my body just aches. And sometimes you're just so sore to be able to even pick up a needle at the end of the day. You just want to go to bed, just to lay down, just to rest your body. So I'm not saying when I'm going to come back, because I'd love to make it every 2 weeks, but I doubt that's going to be the case, because it should technically be the 23rd of February. How much stitching I'll get done by then, I don't know. We're I'm off for a week on the 24th of Feb, thank goodness. I'm hoping to get stitching done that week, but you never know, do you? You just don't know what life's going to throw at you. So I'm going to say thank you ever so much for watching. If I forgot anything or I've got anything wrong, I do apologise. And I really appreciate you stopping by and watching. After all, there's so many of us out there now these days. I saw Kayla and Lauren from Stitching with My Little. They celebrated their 2-year anniversary the other day. Congratulations to you guys. I don't know how long I've been on FlossTube. If you go by my FlossTubes, I haven't been on long at all, but I reckon it's a good few years. But just time just flies and you just forget, don't you? So I don't know what I'm saying now. So I'm just going to say thank you ever so much for watching. There's lots of us out there, so I do really appreciate you when you stop by and watch. And I appreciate when you engage, when you leave comments and message me, whether it's through the comments or privately on Instagram or email. I do really appreciate it. It really uplifts me. One of my wonderful subscribers who I got to know through Floss Friends, every now and then she'll send me these lovely memes via Instagram, and they just brighten my day, because I think to myself, of all the people she could be thinking of, she's thinking of me when she sends those little memes, are they? I don't know. There's little short video clips on Instagram. It's absolutely lovely. It's adorable. So yes, I do appreciate it. So when I see you next is when I see you next. Okay, so until then, enjoy your stitching. Stay safe, stay well. And it's okay to not be okay. We are human at the end of the day. We will get through it. Summer is on its way. I've got some flowers coming out in the garden, so that just goes to prove summer is on its way. So until then, guys, thank you. Bye.